Rainbow roared into birth in a decade known as the Roaring Twenties. It was in the spring of 1922 that an address to South McAllister Chapter, number 149, Order of the Eastern Star, would be the genesis of a great group presented by the future founder, Reverend W. Mark Sexton, devised from the idea of DMLA corresponding to a counterpart youth program for young women. The night of the presentation, after great assurance and acceptance of the idea, he went home to create the ritual, later given back to the chapter to practice the timing and floor work. By April 6 of 1922, the degrees were exemplified for the first time to a class of 172 girls in the auditorium of the Scottish Rite Temple in McAllister, Oklahoma. The supreme governing body of Rainbow was formed 2 months later in June. The initiation made newspapers nationally and caught the attention of a Miss Frances C. Black of New Jersey, who thought the idea of the Rainbow for Girls was an asset to the women's youth. She contacted Reverend Sexton, as well as Masonic and Eastern Star members for support. You may know her name through a scholarship we still have annually each year at convention. Her hard work prevailed and commissioned her as the first deputy of Rainbow for Girls in New Jersey in 1922. By February 13, 1923, 175 girls were initiated into Newark Assembly Number 1. The Order of Rainbow for Girls was among the list of new introductions in the 1920s, along with the first television, the first electric razor, and the loudest roar of the decade, the liquid-fueled rocket. Home refrigeration became widely available, beforehand relying on a slab of ice to keep things cold, as well as the first full-length and first talking movie. It is estimated that 3/4 of the population of the 1920s went to the movie theater every week. Speaking of movies, one we are all recently familiar with, The Great Gatsby, was written by F. Scott Fitzgerald, as well as the creation of Winnie the Pooh by A. Milne during this decade. The youth of the 1920s danced to the Charleston, listened to jazz, the girls had bob-cut hairstyles, and the iconic flappers marked the eccentricity of the decade. Rainbow was the greatest thing since sliced bread, also founded in the 1920s, as well as its partner, the pop-up toaster. The nation's wealth doubled during this time frame, attributing to the first advertisements of marketing, the first radio broadcasting, and the start of chain stores, leading to the consumer movement. The Band-Aid and first insulin injections were introduced, no longer allowing diabetes, a common disease still today, to be deathly. This lasting imprint on us today, without full realization or merit, led to the legacy of the 1920s, the very lifestyle of Rainbow Girls we proudly are today. 1923 to infinity. Thank you.